Can you see
Hello,
me?
everyone. Welcome to can you hear? We're
Yeah.
live now.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Oh, so yeah, we are live. So, welcome to another edition of VetsPlusSports.com. This is your host, Terrell Davis, along with my co host, Mr. James Miller.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing this weekend? It's been another day of football. Um, I just got back from Morgantown not too long ago, about 30 minutes ago.
How'd the
Uh,
game go?
well, it was in another delay. They were going to ban me from going to Morgantown. That's two games, two 2 hour rain delays and lightning delays. But my daughter and I left. We didn't stay for this one. Listened to it on the way home. It was a 2 hour and 10 minute delay. Um, West Virginia ended up pulling it off, coming back. They were down. I thought it was over. They were down 11 with 5 minutes left in the ball game. I said, "Well, they're done." Well, they come back and won it. So, last week they were up 10 with 5 minutes left in the ball game. 6 minutes left. They lose. Today they was down that 11 and they won. So. But, before we get on this started, we'll let you go ahead and do your shout outs to our listeners and everything that's going on.
Yes, I'd like to give a shout out to those that's been listening to us who catch the lives and those that catch the replay. We like to thank you for giving us your undivided attention. We like that on our audio show. We have our top cities like Grinzek, Weilen, Germany, Brussels, Belgium, Boardman, Oregon. We also have San Jose, California, and Ashburn, Virginia. And also this week, Alexandria, Virginia got on there.
All right. Thanks for everybody who's been listening to us. We like doing this. That's another reason why I wanted to leave after it went to the rain delay. I told my daughter, I said, let's go. I wanted to get back to do this. I love doing this. I love talking sports. But we'll get right into the women's NBA. They start the playoffs tomorrow, but I'll go over the scores from Thursday that shaped up that last 8th seed.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll go over the scores for the last games of the season. You had the Sky playing the Sun, who the Sky needed to win, but they didn't. They got beat by the Sun 87-54. Thomas for Connecticut had 13 points, 7 assists. And Harrison for the Sky had 13 points, 11 boards, and it was nowhere near enough. And here's a big game. It shaped everything up right here. Is the Atlanta Dream beat the Liberty a 78-67. That's what put them in that 8 seed spot was that win, which we mentioned that if they would win that game, they would be in.
Yep, because I think the Liberty set their players.
I'd say they did. I didn't check. Actually, I could tell you that real fast because I know Fever set their starters on, I guess, the second half. So looking at here, going to let's see where they at. I'm trying to get over here to the. I think it's the Dream. There we go. Well, maybe not. See, I got the Atlanta Dreams up, but I'm trying to see. Okay, there they are, New York. Which I don't even know who their starters are. To tell you the truth.
I don't
Uh,
either. I
um,
know Stewie, Brianna Stewart is one.
um, well, according to this, you had one starter, Jones, she played 30 minutes. You had Laney, she played 25, and you had this other one, I don't know her name, but she played 22, and then the other two played 16. So they played a little bit. Some of them did, but not the whole starters played the whole game. So that probably shaped it up for Atlanta because Atlanta needed to win that, and they did. And then you had the Fever and the Mystics. The Mystics beat the Fever 92-91. Mystics had to win, but that Atlanta win knocked them out. I did look. Indiana Fever starters only played half of the game. They had 20 minutes. So I don't know if they played the first half and then the second half is all the rest of the minutes and the scoring came from the bench. You had Wallace for Indiana, who had 17 points, and she came off the bench. So they set their starters the second half, I'm assuming,
Right.
and they still about beat the Mystics. You had the Sparks and the Lynx. Sparks beat the Lynx 68-61. You had Hamby for the Sparks, who had 20.7 boards and 3 steals. And then the Lynx had, which most likely they set all their starters because this was a meaningless game. You had Smith with 6 points and 8 boards.
Yeah.
You had the Wings and the Aces. Aces won 98-84. You had Gustafsson. She had 24 points. You had Shell Sabelis had 25 points for the Wings. And then the Storm and the Mercury. The Storm beat the Mercury 89-70. And Guamick had 17 points and 8 boards for the Storm. And Griner had 11 points and 8 boards for the Mercury. So now it sets up like this for tomorrow. You got the Dream playing the Liberty at 1 p.m. You got the Fever playing the Suns at 3 p.m. And you got the Mercury playing the Lynx at 5 p.m. And then rounding up the last game of the night or the day, you got the Aces and the Storm playing each other at 10 p.m. So there's going to be some games going on tomorrow.
Yeah, you know the sad part about that? I don't understand why they didn't start those games today.
Not today or Monday, not on a Sunday during football.
I know going against football.
You're going to lose that. You're going to lose that all day, every day. And that's even the NBA.
Yep.
And
I
then
mean,
when it comes to the NFL and the NBA, and you're playing games the same day, the NFL is going to win. I mean, every day. I mean,
yeah, I know.
so they're going to be losing some of the games. They're going to be losing viewers on. Like you said, which I mean, they'd have been competing with college football today, but it's not nowhere near like the NFL.
Yeah.
Because you got a lot of betting and money going on in them NFL games and stuff. So people are going to be they do that live betting, in bet and stuff like that. So they're going to lose all kinds of viewers on that. I think.
Exactly, because they got don't I want to say it's FanDuel that does it. Like I could be watching, I'm watching the Jets and what you call it play right now. Watch, let's say Jets and Giants is playing. The Jets got the ball, and they say, does Aaron Rodgers throw a touchdown pass? And then they have the voting, and then you got
Yeah,
to get in real quick, and then
yeah,
you watch whether you won or not.
yeah. You got FanDuel that does that. DraftKings does that. I say a lot of them do it now, but yeah, I mean, I don't know why they didn't start that today, this evening, or waited till Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even with your competing with Monday Night Football, you'd have had more viewers Monday night playing those games.
Yep,
Or split a couple games tonight and a couple games Monday.
that's what I
But
would have done.
now, and honestly though, this year being the Olympic year, that pushed them back this year. So really, they'd have done started in September playing their playoff game most likely. But you had that
True.
you had that delay because of the Olympics and stuff. So, but we'll see what happens there with that going on. And I don't know. I may, if I can remember, try to check some scores, but when that football starts, I'm back and forth on scores watching football.
You ain't the only one.
So, um, let's see here. Now we'll get on over here to some Major League Baseball. I don't think there's nothing going on in the NBA right now, as far as I know of.
Not that I know of. Nothing going on really important in the NBA. I don't remember seeing anything come up on my feed on it.
And you just mentioned right before we got on, we've been talking about it. Otani going to 50-50 club, 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases. He's already done that.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to him.
And he's the only one in that club, right?
Yep, he's the only one in that club. And then our buddy from Cincinnati, Cruz, he's the youngest player to have 25 home runs and 60 stolen bases in a season.
Nice.
So there's some records being broke this year. I'm gonna run down some scores from the today. The Braves beat the Marlins 6-2 in Florida, Miami. Seattle Mariners beat the Texas Rangers in Texas 5-2. Um, no, I'm telling you wrong. They're beating the Mariners are beating Texas 5-2 in the bottom of the sixth. Right now, you got the Astros playing the Angels in Houston. They are winning 8-2 in the bottom of the sixth. It is the top of the seventh in Milwaukee. The Diamondbacks are beating the Brewers 3-0. It is top of the seventh in St. Louis. They're winning 2-1 over the Guardians. It's just in the bottom of the second out in San Diego. There's no score. They're playing the White Sox. Top of the first in Oakland. The Athletics are playing the Yankees. There's a game that ain't started yet. It'll be starting here any minute as the Rockies are playing the Dodgers in LA. And here's some finals going on right now. You got the Reds beating the Pirates 7-1. You've got the Nationals beating the Cubs in Chicago 5-1. The Tigers beating the Orioles 6-4 in Baltimore. The Phillies did not help my Braves out none. The Mets beat the Phillies 6-3. The Braves took care of business, but come on,
Right.
Philly. Come
They
on,
needed some
Philly.
help.
The Phillies has done got the division pretty much wrapped up. Come on, Phillies, help us out now. But Mets beat the Phillies 6-3. You got the Rays beat the Blue Jays in Tampa Bay 3-2. And in Kansas City, got the Royals got blanked by the Giants 9-0. And then in Boston, the Twins and the Red Sox got postponed. So we'll go check on some standings right now as it's getting wrapped up, getting narrow, getting close to. We couldn't have too many games left. Trying to think, about 2 weeks left, I think. All right, you got the Yankees who are still leading the American League East with at the 90-64 record. They're 4.5 games in front of Baltimore. They have already clinched a playoff berth, so they could lose all the way out and they're still in the playoffs. The Royals are 4.5 games behind the Yankees. The Cleveland Guardians have they got an 8-game lead on the Royals. And if I'm not mistaken here, they have clinched the division already according to this. They're 8 games ahead of Royals. And then you got Minnesota's 8.5 out, and you got Detroit 9 games out. Houston is got a 5-game lead on Seattle Mariners. In that division, the Rangers, Athletics, and the Angels have been eliminated from the playoffs.
Oh, Angels got eliminated.
And then in the other division, you had the Chicago White Sox in the Central, and then the Blue Jays in the East. Going to the National League, we're in the East. The Phillies have a 6-game lead on the Mets. The Braves are 8 games out, and the Phillies have clinched a playoff berth for the playoffs. The Washington Nationals and the Mariners have been eliminated from the playoffs. You go to Milwaukee in the Central, they have clinched the division. They got a 9.5 game lead on the Cubs. So the only way the Cubs can get in is through the wild card. The Cardinals, the Reds, and the Pirates have been eliminated from the playoffs. Out west, the Dodgers have clinched a playoff berth. They got a 4-game lead on San Diego. 4-game lead on San Diego Padres and a 6-game lead on the Diamondbacks. And the Giants and the Rockies have been eliminated in that division for the playoffs. The wild card looks like this as of right now. In the American League, you've got the Orioles are still leading for the first wild card spot at 4.5 games. The Royals has only got a half a game lead over the Minnesota Twins, who hold that third wild card spot. Then you got Detroit's a half a game out of that wild card spot, and then the Mariners are 2 games out of that. So you only got 8 teams alive in the American League fighting for a spot. The last one is the Red Sox. They're 5 games out. So if they don't start pulling in here in the next 4 or 5 days, they'll be probably eliminated. Going to the National League. Leading that first wild card spot is the Padres. They got a 2.5 game lead on that. Arizona holds the second spot at half a game over the Mets. I think Mets got that third spot, and the Braves are still 2 games back on the Mets. And then the only other team left alive in the National League is the Chicago Cubs behind the Braves, and they're 7 games out. So they're 5 games behind the Braves. The Chicago Cubs are probably getting ready to be eliminated in the next week or so. If they don't, they're going to have to get help, and they're going to have to win out pretty much.
Right.
So that's what the standings look like for the baseball right now. Let me go to some stats, see where we're at. I doubt our boy's going to try to get the Triple Crown. Nope, he's done fail in the batting.
He did.
He's third in batting average at 319. But get this. Okay, I'm seeing it. Witt, he's still batting 334, so he went up a couple points. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. went ahead of Judge, and he's batting 324. Aaron Judge is, now get this. He's went in a slump. He's at 53 home runs, but guess who's behind him at 52?
Ohtani.
Ohtani's got 52, and he's got 52 stolen bases too, I think. So he's in the 52 club. And then Aaron Judd has got 136 ribbies. Ohtani's done moved, and he's in that second spot with 122 ribbies. So that's where we're at as far as the stats.
Dang, this Ohtani dude. I mean, like, man, he's just doing everything.
He pitches. He's another Babe Ruth. I mean, that's like I said. We'll never see in our lifetime. We'll never see another baseball player like this. Because Babe Ruth. His stats are similar to Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth pitch. Babe Ruth. Which he's not playing the field, which I say he could, but they don't want to get him hurt. So he's in the DH spot. So he pitches and he hits. And this dude, he's good. But that's what we have right now as far as the baseball world goes. And let's go ahead and get ready and start diving into football because it'll take us to the very end of this episode.
Let's go with college.
All right, we'll get on to college, and I'll tell you this right now before I've done tallied up our picks. There's still games going on now that won't be finished until after we're done with this episode. But I will go ahead and tell you this. You got me this week on college.
Oh, I figured you would have had me.
Well, you'll have me by 1 game because the next games to finish, we all have the same picks.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to get me by 1, no matter how it goes. So, I'll run down some scores right now. Let's see I got that on the top 25. You had Ohio State pounding Marshall 49-14, like we thought they would. Right now, are you ready for this? Right now at halftime, number 8 Miami 22, South Florida 15.
It's kind of
So,
close.
You got right now going on right now. Oh, I'm loving this because this is an old Big 12 foe. They went to the SEC. They want to go to the big boy league, and Tennessee is beating Oklahoma right now in the second with 5 minutes left, 12-3. Go Vols, go! I think we picked them, but I think
we did.
Yep, we both picked them. So hopefully them Vols keep rolling. And then here it is. Oh man, into the second, which is going to be halftime. Texas A&M 13, Bowling Green 3.
Yeah, we picked A&M on that game.
Yeah, we both went A&M on that game, and here's one
still
here.
Kind of close.
That is kind of close. Here's another one. Ole Miss still going on. It's just under 4 minutes, 3:55 left in the second quarter. Ole Miss 24, Georgia Southern 7. We both went Ole Miss
Ole
on
Miss.
that, which they should win. I chalked this win up for us already on this. Texas 28, UNL Monroe 0.
Oh
It's
yeah,
it's almost at halftime. Here at 10:30, Kansas State plays BYU at BYU. They ain't kicked off yet. And Missouri beats Vanderbilt 30-27. Penn State beat Kent State 56-0. Penn State started out slow with them. They got a slow start, but they kicked it in. Michigan beat USC 27-24. Both of us had, I think, Michigan on that. Yeah,
yeah.
we did. And here was the biggest disappointment all day for a Big 12 fan. The biggest, unless you're a Ute fan. The Utes beat the Oklahoma State 22-19. Come on, Cowboys. What happened to you?
I know.
You let us down. You let us down. Oklahoma State let us down.
We was both going for Oklahoma State.
Oh, yeah, because now them Utes fans are never going to shut up. They'll never shut up now. And then LSU beat UCLA 34-17. Notre Dame, you ready for this? Beat Miami, Ohio 28-3.
Yeah, we expected that one.
And we missed this one here. Louisville beat Georgia Tech 31-19.
Yeah, we was going for Tech.
Yeah. Iowa State beat Arkansas State 52-7. And I think that may have been one of them I got on you, I think. I can't remember. I'm trying to find it. No, you got Iowa State on that one too. Here's the one I miss. You got this. And I don't think I'll pick NC State ever again. They got blown out by Clemson 59-35.
Woo.
And they said that there was there at the end, NC State tacked on 2 or 3 touchdowns, but it was garbage, slop up
Yeah,
stuff.
garbage time.
All right, you ready for this? Me and you missed this. Northern Illinois got beat by Buffalo 23-20.
Yeah, we did not expect that.
No, we did not. And then the game Friday night, I got you on this. You had Nebraska winning, and they lost to Illinois 31-24. And then I'll go with our other picks that we had outside the 25, top 25. You had West Virginia Kansas game. We both had West Virginia winning. They won. I just say this: West Virginia. They didn't look good. They didn't run the ball good at all. Only running they got is from Green when he dropped back, taking off. With their running game, West Virginia's going to struggle in the Big 12. They're going to struggle. They should have. I know Kansas has got a good quarterback and decent running back, but they just shouldn't even been a ball game. So when it comes on down through there, West Virginia's got a bye week next week. Then they go to Oklahoma State in Oklahoma.
That one's going to be a tough one.
That's going to be a tough one. Then they play Iowa State. They're ranked. And then they got Kansas State, the game we'll be going to. They should be ranked unless they lose, which I don't. Which they're playing BYU tonight. So they got their next 3 games is with the ranked opponents in the Big 12. But now they're 1-0 in the Big 12. So now it's they're in conference play.
Right.
So they're 1-0. Now you don't focus on those 2 losses they got because that's outside the conference. You got to focus on these conference wins now. But it was just, I don't know. It's Neil Brown's too predictable. He's too predictable on his offense. So it's going to be tough. He did throw down the middle. That's what I don't get. I preach throw down the middle, open up the field. Because, that opens up your run game. Stretch the field down the middle. He did that on had like a 40 or 50-yard pass down the middle for a gain. And I'm like, all right, now every time I fall for it, now he's gonna start doing that. That's the only one he does all
And
game.
then and
One
it
time,
won't
one
get away
time.
from it. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm
Get
like,
away from it.
what the? I mean, it just burns me up. But it's we'll see what happens with that. They did come back, and the defense did stop them. The only 3 and out the defense had was when they had to get it there at the very end. But then you got Baylor and Colorado's playing right now. Man, our boy Dion, he's not looking too good right now. It's 24-10. 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Baylor's got the ball, and I don't know if they're going to win that either.
You know what? I think maybe that move from Jackson State to Colorado was a bad move for Dion. At least he got up there, he got paid and everything, but I think that's gonna be it for him. It's just
It's
like
looking like I thought he would turn that program around, but I don't know. I ain't got to watch them none to see because I mean they're out west more. They're out west, so. But I do know this: his boy Sherrard, at quarterback, he's a good quarterback. I think he'll be fine in the NFL. He'll make it in the NFL. He's smart with the ball. He don't make bad decisions with it. So once he gets to the NFL, I think his boy will do well in the NFL. I guess you could say he's as play type what I've watched of him. He's kind of like a Lamar Jackson in college,
right.
but he's a smarter Lamar with the football, smarter football IQ to say. He's smarter with the ball, and he can throw that ball on a dime. So, but I mean, they ain't doing what I thought they would when he got there. But he's under a lot of heat and everything else. But um, let's see, going down through here. You had Cincinnati and Houston. We both picked Cincinnati. Cincinnati won 34-0. Texas Tech and Arizona State. We both had Tech. Tech won 30-22. And here's where you got me. You got me on this.
Is it rice? Is it rice?
It's not Rice. And I didn't know. Hey, I didn't know they went to the ACC. Okay. It's TCU and SMU.
Oh yeah, because I went with SMU.
You went with SMU and they beat TCU. You ready for this? 66-42.
Wow, there was no defense in that game.
There was no defense in that game at all. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna go back to it to double check. So I went to the ACC to check them picks that you and I did.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I did not know. Let me scroll back down through here. I think it's on here. Yeah, right there it is. SMU. When did they just join the ACC this past year?
I didn't even know they was in the ACC.
So when I go to the slot of games, the ACC, it's got TCU and SMU. But here's something right here. Let's see. You ready for? All right, I got you on this. Pittsburgh and Youngstown.
Yeah, I had to go with my home, my birthplace.
So Pittsburgh won 73-17 over Youngstown.
Oh, one bad too, 73. Ooh.
But you got me on this. Virginia Tech Hokies let me down. You let me down, Hokies. You got beat by the Rutgers 26-23. Rutgers beat them, and you had Rutgers beating Tech, and they did.
I went with Rutgers because old school. I was like, Rutgers back in the day used to be tough.
They did. They did. But Virginia Tech's not the Virginia Tech of old. So that's our picks. That's for right now. But like I said, there's them games that's still going on. Some of them a little close to say go ahead and mark. But at Texas A&M, let's check it, see where they're at right now. They should be start pulling from it. Right now, Tennessee is up on Oklahoma now, 19-3. That Miami game is too close to call. But the thing is, you ready for this now? Our boys from Texas A&M, they didn't step up their game.
Yeah, because it was up 13-3. What is it now?
13-10. It's 12 minutes left in the third quarter. Um, Bowling Green, man,
I know, Bowling Green.
Bowling Green giving Texas A&M a fit, but Ole Miss still up 24-7. It's right before halftime. Georgia Southern has the ball. Texas up 28-0. So that's the ones that's still going on now, and we'll just that'll be it for the college as of right now. So and get ready to move in with about halfway through our episode now, and we'll get into some of the NFL if you want. If there's anything else you want to.
Yep, I was waiting for the NFL because I can't remember. I swore up and down I went with the Jets Thursday.
No, you didn't. You went with the Patriots.
Ah, dang on it.
I got to jump on you. You had the Patriots and I had the Jets, and since we're on that right now, you know, I watched that game and the Jets end up winning 24-3. I thought the Patriots may have been turning a page, doing all right, but they went in to play the Jets, and the Jets just that offense couldn't move the ball. It's like this Jets defense showed up, and they even stopped Stevenson. He didn't have nothing.
I know. And
Shut
you know
down the
who gets
run
hurt the
game.
worst? You know who gets hurt the worst during that game? Hassan Riddick. Because he holding out trying to get another contract. And at this point, Jets is like, we don't need you.
No, we don't need you, especially if they keep playing like that.
Exactly.
And that's what gets me, man, because, talking about fantasy, you play fantasy football. I got Stevenson in a lot of my leagues. And, Mason for the 49ers ran all over that Jets defense.
Yep.
He ran all over him. I'm like, all right, well, Stevenson should do pretty good. And they shut Stevenson down. I mean, there was nothing. The Patriots couldn't get nothing going. So it just, Aaron Rodgers looked decent. He ended up with 281 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. So we'll just see what happens with the Jets. They was playing at home. It was a short week. So we'll see what happens with that. But you still got injuries left and right.
Oh, it's got a ton of injuries. The injuries are so bad that I'm almost thinking that San Fran might be done. San Fran could probably be looking towards that wild card. They got Kittle out, Debo out,
Out.
McCaffrey out. I don't know what they're gonna do.
As long as they keep that defense, maybe that defense, if Brock can get them just 17 points, maybe that defense can get them a win.
That's true. The defense is still pretty tough, but I just don't look for them. If they go up against the offensive juggernaut, they in trouble.
And who they playing this week? Because you remember they just coming off a loss.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think I went against them.
Oh, that's right. They're going to Rams. They're playing the Rams, and I'll flip on over here. I'll let you know. Let's see.
If they playing the Rams, I should have went 49ers. Because Rams ain't got nobody to throw to.
No, they don't got nobody. You went with the 49ers. We both went 49ers this week.
Yep.
The Rams don't have nobody to throw to. They're 1 or 2 receivers out. I think their tight end is out, so we're throwing to a backup tight end. You got, I don't know who you're going to throw to.
Yeah. Now,
Good
here's
luck.
the thing. They was talking about it last year. Oh, if we get rid of the drop hip tackle, it'll get rid of injuries. They're still getting hurt.
Still getting hurt. And everything else. Did you see where Jamar Chase got fined? I think we talked about it in that last episode in the audio, didn't we? Jamar Chase got fined for complaining to the refs. So, and I think what it turned out to be, what I seen up, is he was complaining it was a hip drop tackle, and they said it wasn't. The ref said it wasn't. So he got fined for jawing there. But yeah, it's been injury after injury. So now you got the Giants will be playing the Browns tomorrow at 1.
Go
Uh,
Browns.
go Browns. I don't know why you don't root for them G-men.
I know. I should be happy that the G men doing stupid stuff. Because me being a Cowboys fan, I'm like, they should keep Dable because Dable's doing exactly what I want him to do. But I am on the bandwagon and fire him. I don't know, because back in the day, I kind of like, even though I'm Dallas fan, I kind of liked them when they had Phil Simms and Lawrence Taylor and
Oh yeah, back in the
Otis
day.
Anderson,
Yeah, back in the
Dave
day.
Biggett.
I remember those days. And you got the Broncos going to the Buccaneers in Tampa. I don't think Broncos stand a chance. They're going to be
I
starting
don't either.
0-3. And Baker Mayfield, man, he's going to be 3-0.
Yeah. You know, they talk about, and it was funny. I meant to do something before the show on this, but I didn't get around to it. But Sam Donaldson and Baker Mayfield, right now, with just games 1 and 2 done, are the leading quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And then you got back down at the bottom of the list, you got like people like Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott.
And don't forget about Derek Carr. Derek
Yeah.
Carr is up there too.
Oh, yeah. Derek Carr, I forgot. He's up there. Yep.
And then you, like I said, 49ers at the Rams. And I finally get to watch my Chiefs tomorrow night. They're playing Atlanta in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I hope the Chiefs pull it off. Atlanta's one of those teams is like on the brinks, I think. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Their defense ain't bad. Their defense is pretty good. And I don't think that offense has got clicking yet.
No. And right now they're like the sneak team because I thought for sure they lost against Philly.
So they're right there. And the Chiefs can't go in there half cocked. They got to go in there full ready to go. And they better have their game plan, their X's and O's ready, because if they don't, I mean, they can pull it off. And I ran into up there at the game, a guy I started overseas with. He's a state trooper. I ran into him, who is a Bengals fan, and he said, "Your dang Chiefs got me again." And for the last, I think, 3 years, I ain't checked how far going back. Every game has been decided by a field goal between them and the Bengals.
Wow.
Every game for at least 5 games, maybe 6. Field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal.
That's something right there.
And it's like, and I said, that's a good betting strategy right there. So, but then you got the Packers at Titans. I think you and I both went with the Packers on that one.
Yeah, because Titans is the new Carolina.
That's where receivers go to die. Let's see here. The Bears and the Colts, they play at 1. And man, I don't know. I think we went.
I think we went Bears.
You went Bears. I changed mine and went to the Colts.
Yeah.
I had Bears, and I changed it. Went with the Colts. I mean,
defense. I can't argue about that Bears defense. Somebody told me on Facebook that I was too rough on Caleb, and I was like, well, I ain't got rough on him yet. I mean, like, I give him his credit. I think he's doing okay. Still ain't got that touchdown pass.
He still ain't at the Trent Dilfer level yet.
Exactly.
He's still down here. Trent just managed to, you want to talk about Brock Purdy managing an offense. Trent Dilfer that year managed the offense, because that's a defense that won that championship for the Buccaneers years ago.
Yep.
You got the Texans and the Vikings. We both went Vikings on that. They're playing in Minnesota. And here's another thing. I don't know why he's still out. I don't know what injury. Addison for the Vikings.
Oh yeah, I think it's like a calf injury or something, because
Well,
he's like supposed to be out this week, but supposed to be back next week.
Well,
It's something.
it's been like that for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
So he's out again this week. So when they get him back, just that's an extra weapon. And then plus they're starting tight ends out, Hutchison. So or Hawkinson. So
yeah,
he's out, but he'll comes back after next week. So he'll be back week 5. So he gets 2 weapons back. He gets next week if Addison comes back, and then he's got his tight end. Then Vikings are going to be pretty tough,
yeah,
offensive wise, if the defense can hold up. And then you got the Eagles is at the Saints. Saints is going to win that. You got the Saints. The Eagles look pretty rough.
they did.
The Eagles look rough. They just don't. That was my hot seat pick to get fired. Fire that coach. It's time for him to go.
Yep. Because he's already broken. He didn't accept responsibility for nothing. The last 2 years, it was offensive coordinator, he's gone. Defensive coordinator, he's gone. Now was the excuse.
And then you got the Chargers and the Steelers, and this one here is going to be the battle of the defenses.
Yeah.
I bet that score won't get out of the teens. That's going to be a low scoring game.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because Steelers don't have no offense. The Chargers may have a little bit better offense. They don't have nobody to throw. They got some running backs. I mean, so that's going to be. But you look at the Chargers; they're sitting there 2-0.
Yeah, I know. That's a good thing. But they can't sleep because the Raiders that came. They want to run. They're just right behind them.
Yep. So
when they should be 0-2.
Yeah, they should be. And then you got the Panthers and the Raiders. Is this where the Panthers gets their first win? You got Andy. Hey, you got Andy Dalton starting.
Uh-huh.
The Raiders defense. Man, should I change my pick? Should I change it?
But since we on this, let's go ahead and talk about this. Do you think that actually them switching to Andy Dalton is going to do any difference? Do you think Bryce Young was really that bad?
Andy Dalton, yeah, I think the offense will change. Bryce Young, if I'm not mistaken, he's only 6 foot tall.
Yeah, he's short like Kyler Murray.
He's short. I think Andy Dalton's like 6'3", 6'4". Andy Dalton, I mean, he was with the Bengals. He done good. They got weapons. I mean, they got receivers. Carolina does. They got Johnson from Pittsburgh, Deontay Johnson or whatever.
Yep, they got
You
him.
still got Feline, so you've got receivers, and you got another receiver, Leggett, and then you got running backs. So, I mean, I think that you'll see a boost in the production of the offense.
Right. I was wondering because
defense is still going to be sorry, yeah. So it may that game could get in the 30s and the 40s.
Yeah. I was just wondering because Bryce Young, he did a lot of running. Maybe it's because he couldn't see over that line, can't see open receivers, and protection breakdown, and that's why he's doing a lot of running back there. Well, maybe that height might make a difference.
That's going back to West Virginia. Garrett Green, he's 5'9". So a lot of his balls gets batted down. So he's running. So he's got if he runs out of the pocket, that's where he's doing better. Or maybe that's the reason he don't throw down the middle for West Virginia because he can't see over the line. I didn't think about that. He's only 5'9", so you're throwing him to the outsides. And so I think with the Panthers, with Andy Dalton, I think the production will go up some, offensive production. But where's that win going to come out at?
True.
Let's see. And it may come. It could come tomorrow.
It better come tomorrow because I don't think it's gonna get any easier than the Raiders.
All right. See. All right. They got the Raiders. They got the Bengals. They got the Bears. They got Falcons, Commanders, the Broncos. That's October 27th.
The Broncos is another maybe.
The Saints again. Um, the G-Man on November 10th.
That's maybe another right there.
The Chiefs. I'm gonna go to that game. I'll be at that game, the 24th. And they got the Buccaneers, the Eagles, the Cowboys. There's the Cowboys. That's where they'll get it. December 15th, the Panthers win their first game in Dallas.
You know the bad part about that? That is likely possible. You know why?
Why's
The
that?
last few years, Dallas has played like crap in December. The month of December has been their crutch. They cannot play in December.
Here's if they don't, there's only 3 possible wins for them. The Giants, the Broncos, and the Raiders. I don't think they can beat the Bears.
I don't either.
The Bears, because the Bears defense. I think the defense will win that. I don't think Caleb Williams will win the game for him. It'll be Bears defense, and Caleb Williams has not won a game for him yet. It's been the defense.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, to be saying that we're too hard on Caleb, are we? No, I don't think so.
I don't think we are either. I think we haven't even started. I know I haven't started. I just what you call it.
And here's the thing. He asked for it.
That's true.
He asked for it. When you come out of college running your mouth, you ain't stepped foot on an NFL field, you ask for it. So it's like going in the military. First thing I was told before I went to boot camp, keep your mouth shut. Don't make a scene. You don't want to be known. Well, that's like coming out of college, keep your mouth shut. Don't make a scene because you're going to get all kinds of critics coming at you. So when I went to boot camp, I kept my mouth shut because the ones that didn't keep their mouth shut, guess what? The drill sergeants knew their name and they were on them all the time. So, hey, when you come out of college running your mouth, you ain't stepped on a football field, an NFL field yet, you're going to get critics. So be ready. You better perform on the field. Get down through here these last couple games. All right. Where's it at? Right there. Panthers and the Raiders. And then you got the Dolphins in Seattle. They're playing in Seattle. It looks like the Dolphins are going to start 1-2.
Yeah, I see that too.
So much for the Dolphins winning
the division
that I picked. I screwed that up. I knew I should have had the Jets instead of second. Should have been first. I knew it. But anyway, Seattle's going to be starting probably 3-0. And I hear, man, this is a game. I hope this is played on television at 425 around here, which it should be because it's supposedly America's team. And Ravens and Cowboys.
Oh yeah, that one should play around here.
That's at 425. I want to see how that one goes.
Yeah, I see them right now just going ahead and because Dallas is no good against the run. They never have been. You can try to pass on them all day, and you might get picked. They might get a sack, but you try to go running. They ain't got nothing for you.
I'm sure Lamar Jackson will throw a couple of picks because he always does. But
if they smart, they'll just stick with the run. They'll feed Derrick Henry because you got him on your fantasy team.
I hope they do. And right now, get this. I don't know if this is their leading rusher right now for the Ravens. You know, right here it's got the Ravens and the Cowboys, and it's got the stats over here to the side. And it's got rushing Lamar Jackson, 21 carries, 167 yards.
Yeah.
So is he the leading rusher for them?
Yeah, because
and here's the thing. With the backs that they got, he shouldn't be your leading rusher.
Exactly. That first game, game 1, Lamar Jackson went over 100 yards rushing.
So, and my thing is, you got Derrick Henry, who's a beast. You got Hill, who can run the ball. And your leading rusher is your quarterback. There's something wrong there.
Exactly, yeah.
And they didn't run Derrick Henry that second game hardly at all against the Chiefs.
Yep.
Again, they play the Chiefs, and it's like, all right, we ain't going to run against them. We're going to throw all over them. They don't have Reed in the corner no more. We're going to throw all over them. Run the ball. Run the ball. Run the ball. Watch, I ain't going to say nothing. The Chiefs brought in Mike Dana back, and you got Chris Jones up front. So that front is going to be hard to run against up the middle. So you're going to have to go outside. But it's just like the Ravens play the Chiefs. They just quit running the ball.
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson, I'll still stick with this. He will not finish the season. He will go out hurt. You watch. He'll go out hurt. He dropped that weight to get faster, and he's not sliding. He's putting his shoulder down.
Yeah.
Ask Cam Newton how that happened. How that worked. Did the Lions and the Cardinals, which Detroit disappointed me last week.
Yeah.
And I think the Cardinals may win that game. I think we got them. We both.
I think we both went Cardinals.
Yeah, we both went Cardinals. And then you got the Monday night game. Remember this: there's 2 Monday night games.
Oh, there is now?
2.
Two?
Yep, two Monday night games. You got the Jaguars and Bills. I think the Bills will take the Jaguars with ease. Jaguars once again will be starting 0-3.
That's the appetizer right there.
Yeah. And then you got the Commanders and the Bengals. Now they're playing in Cincinnati. My buddy I ran into, who's a big Bengals fan, he said the Bengals will be all right. We'll find out. He said they always start slow, which, I mean, Chiefs usually do too, but I think they got a lot of issues going on as far as money. But now he told me their owner of the Bengals, he's not a guy that has a lot of money like Jerry Jones and some of the others.
Right.
Who could just fork out that money to pay people. So he's got to go to the bank and get loans, take loans and do this here and there to pay people. So my thing is this with Jamar Chase was offered exactly what Jefferson had. He just didn't have the full guarantee like Jefferson. So getting that money hungry. We'll see if
I don't think he's done anything to earn that money. I don't think he's done anything this year to earn that money. CeeDee Lamb ain't earned his money. Dak Prescott ain't earned his money. Jordan Love ain't earned his money.
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, definitely Trevor ain't earned it.
He ain't earned it.
Daniel Jones.
Watson didn't earn that money. I mean, what have they done? I mean, all that money that Watson's got, he's giving to women. So
yeah.
So I mean, they're getting all this money and they ain't performing. But we'll see what happens. And for the Kansas City Chiefs, Travis Kelce needs to step it up. I don't know what's going on.
I know. He had something the other day. He was in on Instagram complaining about something. He had problems with Mahomes and Andy Reid, but I figured it was one of them clickbait articles. I didn't even click on it to read it. I just read the title and I was like, yeah, let's move on.
Well, I know his problem. That's that girl he's got at his hip side. That's his problem. But
his hip tackle?
Yeah, his hip tackle. That's his problem because his stats ever since then is not it's not been there. So you get rid of that, then he'll probably be all right.
Then the Swifties will be after him.
That's all right. Well, he's gonna be in a new song anyway once it's done and over with. So, and I thought I seen something. I don't see it there now, but but yeah, we're getting down to this last little bit, man. We're down. This episode's about over.
Yep.
You got anything left you want to mention about the NFL?
Nah. I just wanted to mention that you beat me in fantasy. I play you this week in fantasy, and you leading in fantasy.
Yeah, I got to see what goes on tomorrow because All these injuries are killing me.
I know. I had to bench Kittle.
Yeah, all these injuries are killing me. And you had Brees Hall, and that dude, he already got you a bunch of points. So,
Yeah. I was like, "Ooh, I needed the early start."
but we'll see what happens. This fantasy can start pulling your hair out and everything else. We're like, man. But all right, I guess we'll if that's it, we'll go ahead and finish like we always do. If anybody's out there, it's thinking about hurting themselves or harming themselves, so you can call the quick number. It's 988 or the 800 number. It's 1-800-273-8255. Call them numbers. They'll get you in contact with somebody to talk to get you the help. Or always go to your local VA medical center, and they'll have people there that will help you out and keep you get you the help you need. But you got anything else, Cool Beans?
I got nothing.
Well, that'll be it for the night, and we'll see you Tuesday morning on the audio. Y'all have a good night and a good weekend. Stay safe.